Welcome to episode 21 of the Ultimate Football Show podcast. My name is Chris, and together with Gary Chivers, we're going to look forward to the second semi-final today as France take on Morocco on Wednesday night, 7 o'clock UK time. This could be quite a close encounter. We're very happy to support the LilyWhiteFoundation.com, advancing young people through sport. For more information, visit LilyWhiteFoundation.com. You're listening to the Ultimate Football Show podcast with Gary Chivers and Chris Barnett. Joined once again by Gary Chivers as we look forward to the second semi-final here, Matchday 21. It's on the Wednesday evening. It is France versus Morocco. And if you listen to episode 20, you'll know that Gary's taken Mbappé off the list. He's not on the Christmas list anymore. Haven't heard anything from Mbappé yet in response to say if he's upset about that or not, but I'm sure that will appear on Twitter over the next few days when Mbappé finds out that he's not on the Christmas list. And he's also taken Lionel Messi off as well for other reasons. So Gary is not in the Christmas spirit. How are you feeling ahead of this second semi-final? Are you in a bit of a more of a Christmassy mood, or are they both still off?
I am in the Christmas spirit. I've always been in the Christmas spirit. I just don't like what they done. I didn't like Messi not shaking hands with the Dutch centre forward, and I didn't like Mbappé laughing at Harry Kane because he missed a penalty. I didn't like it, and I think 3/4 of the country wouldn't like that. Do you know what I mean? It was a big thing to do, and for the camera to go on, I hope France get absolutely smashed by Morocco. I really, really do, and they've got half a chance, this Moroccan side. I mean, I was looking at their stats the other day, and about the seconds now. It goes to the seconds now where you can win the ball back, and Morocco. I think that the last game they played, they were winning the ball back within 11 seconds. They work so hard to get the ball back. And when they do get the ball back, they've got one thing on their mind. They all break. Very exciting to watch. Very exciting to watch. And this France team, although they had the test against us, I think it'd be even harder against this Moroccan side who work their cotton socks off. Even when they get a player sent off, they work their cotton socks off.
They are unbelievable at retaining the ball or winning it back. You said it 11 seconds to get the ball back. Yes. It was against Portugal. And said, I think you told me Portugal was like 23 seconds or something to get it back. It's an incredible amount.
Yes.
And there's a guy there that's played really well called Amrabat. And he's got the ball back 41 times in this World Cup. He's won it back 41 times, which is the highest number. That's like Kante's numbers, aren't they, really? Winning the ball back and then just playing an easy pass off normally to Ziyech, who gets it on the right wing and then comes in with his left. But Amrabat's been unbelievable at recovering the ball, and that's really been their forte, hasn't it? You know, they've let in one goal in the whole tournament so far, and I had to double check this, but it's true. It was against Canada, and it was an own goal by a Moroccan player. So an opposing team have not scored a goal against Morocco before the semi-final. How incredible is that?
Yeah, but it's just the way they work, Chris. They work like everyone gives 150%. Everyone, as soon as they lose that ball, they're not just walking around or trying to get back in position. Everyone just goes hunting the ball, and they don't hunt one or two. They hunt in packs. There's 4 or 5 of them. They're all round the ball. They're all sticking pressure onto players, and I think this French side will suffer against something like that. And if they start pinning them back in their own half, they've got a great chance, Morocco. And I love their fans, Chris, as well. I have to say, I think their support for the country has been absolutely brilliant. They really do get behind their team.
They seem to have had a lot of fans turn up in Qatar for this World Cup. They got, as we know, players like Hakim Ziyech, who's at Chelsea at the moment, but probably won't be much longer after this World Cup. He's certainly put his price up there, and the way he's been playing. The captain's possibly injured, Saiss, and he's a good captain, but he went off with a thigh strain. He was heavily bandaged up. Not sure if he's going to make it. He'd be a big loss. Amrabat, we mentioned, who just retains the ball for them. Hakimi, who took that incredible penalty to get through in one of the games against Spain, I think it was. And then they've got this Yusuf El Nesri, who scored the winner against Portugal, that header where he came out and he was more determined than the goalkeeper, I think most people said. Headed it in. It's his second goal in the tournament. He plays for Sevilla in La Liga in Spain, and he's a big chunk of a guy. He doesn't tend to mess about. So they have got goal-scoring options there, haven't they? I mean, Ziyech can score. He can make a few. El Nasri's in there. And Hakimi can score as well. So they've certainly got options. They don't go and score a lot of goals. Or they don't normally score a lot of goals. They might find that tough against France. But France are going to find this one much more difficult, as you said, because they're not going to have the ball for as much as they usually have. And when they lose the ball, they're going to win it back pretty quickly, you would have thought, Morocco, and just keep putting France under pressure.
Well, I think the manager's come in. I think he's a new manager, isn't he? For
he
Morocco.
Came in September, yeah.
He's not been in there long, but he's changed their thinking and their attitude about how to win games. I mean, they've finally really sussed out that Hakim Ziyech, when he's on the ball, he's a delight to watch. And with Amrabat playing beside him, Amrabat goes and wins it, runs his cotton socks off, gives it to Ziyech, and Ziyech on the ball is wonderful. Wonderful, really pleasing on the eye. Knocks 30 yards, 35 yards ball, 40 yards balls. Got a hell of a strike on him. And he's going the way he wants to play Ziyech, which is forward. Amrabat's the holding player. Guy goes in, wins the ball, gives it to someone who can play. And in Ziyech, well, you've got no finer player, really.
Just shows you, doesn't it? I mean, there's two teams in the semi-finals with Croatia in there and Morocco. They were both not, brilliant to watch going forward, but they got team spirit, and team spirit means such a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah, if you've got, listen, some of the best teams who win everything every year, your Chelseas, your Liverpools, and your Man Cities, you win it. You've got all good people in the dressing room, all fighting for one another, because you're going out as a team. There's no one standout player. Do you know what I mean? You're all together when you go out and play, and I think they've got that togetherness. I really do. I think they've got a togetherness that they can go in and beat this French side.
Now, we said in the earlier episode, Mbappé didn't have a great game against England. He wasn't really a factor in any of it. Is this the kind of game now that he turns up on Wednesday night and plays a blinder and just decides it on his own, and Morocco will do what they can, but they just won't be good enough to stop Mbappé?
He's one of these, we know he's a great player. We know he's a terrific player when he's on song. I just hope he has a nightmare. But what he done against England, you may say I hold grudges, and I do hold a grudge. I hope he has an absolute nightmare. But in this Moroccan side, they don't leave you one-on-one. They're always covering ground in front of you or behind you, so it'll be a different game for Mbappé. And if you stop Mbappé service from the fullback, we'll see how good Mbappé is. But I hope he has an absolute nightmare.
Well, he didn't play well against England. Griezmann played very well against England. And our good old friend from the Arsenal, and then for us in particular, the Chelsea days, Olivier Giroud, a great save from Pickford from one of the headers. And then he comes up 2 minutes later with another header. And it looked like the ball was behind him, and he still got it on target, and he still put that power in it. What a player. I mean, honestly, people keep saying he's underrated, but he's way underrated.
Yeah, he's. You just watch him. I thought the fridge. I thought the fridge played well against him, but you just can't go to sleep in the box because he, by hook or by crook, we know he's not the quickest. We know he's not going to run you, but he gets himself in such good positions. And he's always in and around the box. If Mbappé gets it wide and he's looking to cross it, he'll be looking in the middle, trying to lose his defender. And 9 times out of 10, Chris, he does. And all he needs, he gives himself so much space.
Yeah. Well, you said in earlier episodes that he doesn't really move about. He doesn't go near post, doesn't go far post. He stays in the centre. And the goal that he headed against England was right in the centre of the goal, wasn't it? It's just where you expect him to be. And guess what? Griezmann puts the ball in and he was there again. And it's in the back of the net before you can say it. Unbelievable. You know where he's going to be and you still can't stop him.
The thing is, Chris, as well, is his little movements. His little movements. He'll go a little bit to the right, or he'll go to a little bit to the left, or he'll jump into the player to get extra height. He knows every single trick in the book, whether it's more time on the ball, which he gets by making movement, and he doesn't miss. He always hits the target. He always makes the keeper make a save, which is what you're supposed to do.
So who wins this one? I mean, France, Morocco, I think we all want Morocco to win now, certainly you do, after what Mbappé did to laughing at Harry Kane missing the second pen. I would imagine it's going to be another tight game because they always are at this stage of the tournament. And if Morocco can sneak one, they can probably take it into 120 minutes extra time. I'm not sure they'd have the legs to go up against France, who can bring a few players on. So I'm going to go France to win in extra time. What are you going to go for?
Well, I know you said France. I'm sticking with my Moroccan guys. I hope they smash the living daylights out of them. I hope they beat them by 2 or 3. I didn't like that. Still raw. It's still raw in me. I'm all for Morocco. I'll be jumping up and down in my front room, cheering on Morocco. Go on, Morocco. Go win the game.
You're listening to the Ultimate Football Show podcast with Gary Chivers and Chris Barnett. We're very happy to support the LilyWhiteFoundation.com, advancing young people through sport. For more information, visit LilyWhiteFoundation.com. So no Christmas cards for Lionel Messi or Kylian Mbappé from the Gary Chivers household. I'm sure Royal Mail will be absolutely gutted to lose the customer of 2 stamped value. Anyway, that's it for the semi-finals. We'll be back. Episode 22, we'll look at the third place playoff, and nobody wants to be in that game, you would have thought. And then episode 23 for the final itself with Gary and special guests. Make sure you join us for all of those episodes. We'll see you then.